Okay guys, the last part for your homework is to go ahead and do the second form. On Drive M on Monday, hopefully we copied a thing called Volunteer to your folder. If you did not copy Volunteer to your folder, go to Drive M and copy it and then open it up. And then we're going to open up Volunteer. So Volunteer looks like this. It's kind of a funny looking green for now. The first thing we're going to do is do our Modify Page Properties and put our pretty background on here because we don't want that funny looking green. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and make a form down here at the bottom. So if you click on the last sentence and press enter, we're going to go ahead and make a form again, and then when we make a form, we push the first button, it gives us a red dotted line, which is one of the questions on your online review. So red dotted line. The next thing we're going to do is insert a table. So we're going to do insert table, and we're going to have 2 columns with 4 rows. And again, we're going to do 75%. We're going to keep our border at 4 and our padding at 5 and our cell spacing at 0. So we're going to keep that same thing. Okay, so then it puts a table down here. A couple things we're going to do before we get out of here is align our table to the center and do our border color, which is our same border color that we've been using with the 2 zeros and the 4 nines, that teal color. Now I am going to leave this right in the middle for this one, but I'm going to merge the first row. So if you remember, you highlight, we did tables last week before Thanksgiving, highlight and just click the merge button. Okay, the first one we're going to have Florida National Parks, and then do a shift enter for me and do newsletter information, and make sure you spell it right. Go ahead and center that and do heading style 1. And then in our first box, we're going to have email address. Our second box, we're going to have I am interested in receiving a newsletter. And then the last one we're going to save for our submit and reset buttons. Now these, I would like these aligned to the right and also bold. Okay, so for email address, we're going to use a text box. And we're going to put email and no label. And the size on that is going to be 45. And then the next thing we're going to do right here, we're going to do a radio group. Now on the last one we did check boxes. We did not do a radio button, but radio buttons are just like a checkbox. They're just a button instead of a check. But we're going to do a radio group. So we're going to click on radio group, and here we have our name, Radio Group 1, and we are going to change that to newsletter. And we're going to go ahead and do our values and labels. So we're going to have daily, whoops, can't spell, and weekly, and we're going to add another one, and we're going to do monthly, and then we're going to just hit OK, and it's going to put our radio group right in there. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is put our submit and our reset buttons. So we're going to have our submit button. And then we're going to do our reset button. And on the reset button, we do have to click on it and change it, the value to reset and the action to reset. And we're going to save. Then we're going to click outside of our form, and we are going to put our name and the date. And then we're going to go ahead and validate our form. Now, mine's still on here from doing this a few minutes ago, but if you forgot, you do Window Behaviors, and then it'll put this on here. You do have to click somewhere inside the red dotted line, and then you're going to click your plus and do Validate. And email, we're going to say is required email address. And we're going to say OK, and that will validate that form. And then I would like you to preview in Internet Explorer and take a look at this. Print that out and staple it to your other one, and then go ahead and get the handout from the sub so that you can go ahead and do the rest of the homework. Please be looking for a test on Friday. On Friday, we're going to have our test over 3 and 5, which will be tables and forms, and they obviously relate, and we will be doing that test on Friday. Don't forget, online at Skyward, you'll need your password to do some review questions, and you have all day on Wednesday, all day on Thursday to do all of Chapter 5, and then we'll take our test on Friday. Have a great day.